I can't move back much more because then I'll roll off. This is intimate.
Right up at each other's shit. This is the whole year in.
We're definitely starting off strong.
I'm in a fucking hole.
Yeah.
The hole where
We together are in a hole.
your name is Sam.
Your name is Alex.
I very much enjoy movies.
And I sometimes do.
And the concept of this here audio platform is because I love movies so much, and I need someone to talk their ear off. And I can't just do this by myself, so I need someone to bounce off, and you're the only one who will let me drag them to movies.
Slay.
Slay.
It's gonna become an ASMR channel.
It do be 1 a.m, so we're trying to be courteous to my roommate.
I can't promise though, because my laugh is really loud and obnoxious, so we can't be too funny.
I can't promise that, but I can't promise comedy either, because Nicolas Cage is comedy. Who am I talking about? But yeah, I'm a weirdo who goes to the movies about once a week for the last, I'd say like 7 or 8 years. So it's like 2017 solidly. I've probably been going to the movies about once a week. I grew up in a weird situation, like out in the woods, so there was nothing really to do, so TV and movies kind of raised me. So a lot of my growing up was just like gaining information from all these films and whatnot, and watching dumbass films when I was a kid, so that's kind of why I'm the way I am.
That's valid. Me also.
So this is kind of a journey into the other realm of my mind, because I do music. If you could call it music. I'm in a band, and that's where like 95% of my effort goes towards. And movies are like my meditation, my therapy. It's just what I love, and I just want to discuss it with people. And I also love podcasts, because I work a warehouse job to fund my actual love of doing music. And I don't know, my friends do a podcast and I'm on it sometimes, and I have a very fun time doing it, so I'd like to do it myself.
So guess what? Here we are.
The whole year in, bitch. Welcome to the whole year in.
Maybe that's our jingle.
One day you'll learn what that means, or you could do one swift Google search and you'll figure it out, but we'll get there, because I'm not dropping it the first episode.
Lore.
Get booted on the head. But yes. What have you been doing lately?
What have I been doing lately? I went to a concert yesterday. Shawn Mendes.
We all know you
music taste is
love
typically pretty different.
you and I?
Yeah.
We
do enjoy a lot of the same things.
Typically I agree with a lot of things you like.
Right.
You get down.
I'm learning.
You get down with some spin kicks.
She's learning. But I went to a Shawn Mendes concert yesterday, and he is probably my favorite musician. I say probably. He definitely is.
According to your bedroom wall, it seems like
Anyways.
I hope his team's listening.
I mean, I did get invited to a secret session a couple months ago, so...
One of 12 people?
13, but close enough. So, could say she's a super fan, I guess. But yeah, saw him yesterday. Was a fun time. Reunited with the people that were at the secret session. So that was exciting. What else have I been doing?
You're a Shawn Mendes Club member, and I'm a Diamond Club member of Regal.
He made it. It was a long way, but he
Dude,
made it.
I have so many people to thank.
Speech.
Good lord,
What's that?
you're also like holding it like on the cable.
Sorry, I'm trying not to touch the like. There we go.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna want to hold it. If
Okay.
you're that's what that is.
Sorry.
She's new to microphones.
Sorry, I'm not in a band.
But yeah, you enjoy
Anyway,
Shawn Mendes.
I do enjoy Shawn Mendes. And then I went to a wedding today that I was very different than I thought was going to be.
A casual lunch, but turned out to be a wedding.
To be fair, I got invited to this wedding, and my friend I didn't even know was engaged. Just got an invitation to the wedding, and I was like, I mean, hey, I had no idea you were even engaged, but yeah, I'll be there. And was kind of told that it was going to be like a chill event, which ended up being a full-blown wedding. But hey, I had a good time. They had a good time. They're married, so shout out to them.
Yeah, we recently went to our buddy Nick's wedding. He's
Was
the guitar
also a
player
fun
in my
time.
band. That was more of the thing what you were expecting.
For sure.
The show to the after party.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a grand time. We love them.
It's true.
The chips and salsa hate to see me coming.
You know what hates to see me coming? A soft pretzel.
Dude, boy howdy, were we perched up next to that soft pretzel dish.
Philly Pretzel Factory?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't remember what they call them. They have a special name.
Pretzel nuggets, I don't know.
Yeah, but they call it something special. They're like pretzel gibbets or something.
Pretzel gibbets.
I don't know.
We love a soft pretzel around here.
Oh, I do love
We're
a
gonna
soft
get
pretzel.
we're gonna get a lot into movie snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a major
And-
part.
Ooh.
We
Pretzel bites at the movies.
We had a little yeah.
You have
Hit or miss,
You
dude.
have trauma with them.
Oh, I don't know. Pod one. I don't think we're gonna get into that one. Pod one. I don't even think I could talk about that in
No.
public.
No.
I did nothing wrong. I walked in on some things I shouldn't see.
That'll tell you right there.
Yeah.
So trauma with pretzel bites, but also it depends where you go because sometimes they're like phenomenal and sometimes they are hard as a rock.
Yeah, you gotta get them fresh off the
I don't care
microwave.
if they were fresh off.
Whatever.
They came out one time.
Oh, I've had glories.
They were hard as a rock, and I was so sad.
Yeah, like I've felt malice getting them sometimes, but I've also felt triumphant.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretzel nuggets are, it's poetic, really.
I would have to agree.
The cheese sauce just warming your lap as it sits. It just says the movie begins.
They're already gone.
Absolutely. But
Yeah, that's my flaw. They're gone before the movie even started.
But yeah, we'll get a lot into movie theater snacks. But
Oh, yeah.
we didn't see that we'll get to what this podcast is soon. But we had some Ben and Jerry's during this movie today.
We did.
You
And don't
got
even get me
words.
started.
You got words.
I love Ben and Jerry's, but I just paid almost $9 for that little tiny container of ice cream. And I got one of my favorites, chocolate chip cookie dough. And I took a picture to prove it. There was straight vanilla ice cream. Where was the cookie dough? And that's what always stops me from getting it. Because every time my little heart disappointed, where are my chunks of cookie dough? Where are they?
Sam DeClat asking the real questions. Where is the cookie dough, Ben and Jerry's?
Where is it? I mean, if you guys wanted to send me a pint, I know we're only on episode 1 here, but send me a pint of ice cream. Send me a coupon. I am a queen of coupons.
Send me a dib. Love me some crunch. Dude, crunch dibs in the theater, dude.
I know.
It's been a hot minute, but the dibs hate to see me coming, dude.
Oh yeah, I remember when they came out, and I was like, I need to go to the movies because I need to have those.
Oh yeah.
Like to me, that was just associated with the movies.
So like since I've been like kind of a high roller lately at the movie theater, since like I'm an idiot and I didn't start using the Regal Club until like
It took
2
me to
years
come
ago.
around. It's like, you should probably get one of those accounts.
You're spending $20, probably more a week to go to see dumb movies that you probably hate most of the time.
Right, and I'm like, why don't you just join the club? Get some points.
And little did I know, like, it's the cost of one movie and you get to see 5 for free. Regal, pay me. What's up? You're getting plugged hard. Jinx, you owe me a margarita fill. Dude,
Don't get us started.
Dude, we are the
King and queen of Margaritaville.
Although we've been treated nothing. We've been treated like steerage. We've been treated like dirt at these Margaritavilles, and we do nothing but praise them.
It's true.
Like we are screaming from the mountaintops how much we love Margaritaville because we are trash. But like I love me a frozen margarita, and I love me some J Buff.
It's
couple
valid.
Tracks. He's got that one seriously sketchy song, but he's got a couple tracks.
We don't talk about that one.
It's wiped from the board. No one knows. But can you like not be a total fucking cuck? Like give me my goddamn margarita so I can go be triumphant in goddamn New York City.
The bartender said hello to us on 3 separate occasions. And on the third one was so petty and was like, what did he even say?
You ain't gonna say hi to me.
If you're not gonna say hi to me, then I'm just not gonna serve you.
I said hi the first time.
And then when you came back and said it a second time, we both looked at you and giggled because we were like,
hello again.
Why did you say it again? Take our order. And we were literally sitting there smiling at this man, just waiting for him to come take our Margaritaville order. That was all.
Threw fucking menus at me like ninja stars.
Like
trying to impale me.
And then
unbelievable.
Once he finally took our order, after the other people got taken care of before us, and then also asked them if they wanted to put food in before even taking our order, threw our straws at us too.
Unbelievable. And I'm a shy, introverted little boy, and I had to be like, sir, may I please?
May I please have a don't stop the carnival?
I would like to leave. You make me feel uncomfortable, and I really want my drink.
I don't know.
I don't understand people like that.
Your job, like, not to be,
Well,
we are good humans. We tip either way. Our service is good or bad.
But also, we're bitching about a bartender at Margaritaville in Times Square, New York.
They picked that job.
Yeah, we are. We have no right to complain. We know what we signed up for. It's like going to Waffle House and bitching that you got slapped in the face.
Yeah, it's true. But they don't know that royalty was sitting at their bar. We won that Margaritaville trip.
We run 3 days, expenses paid to Cape Cod. Margaritaville.
And $100 spending resort cash.
4 margaritas. That's where. And I'll drink that in a half-hour span. You know me, sis.
Yeah, we'll be spending our monies. Don't you worry. They'll be getting their monies out of us.
I've never been to Cape Cod, so that should be interesting. We're going to do a live pod from Cape Cod. Cape Cod.
I just want to go into a lighthouse. It might sound silly to some people, but I don't want to just look at one. I want to go in it.
Oh my God. What? We should watch the lighthouse and then do a lighthouse pod at the lighthouse.
In Cape Cod.
Damn, we whisper in ASMR.
I told you it was going to become that.
Yeah, we'd be whispering. But yeah, we are champions of Margaritaville, and they treat us like dirt. But they're notorious trash. But we've accepted it.
Yeah, but I liked the trashy bartender that we had the first couple times we were there.
With like the faded neck tat
Yeah.
and like half the teeth.
Yeah, I liked her.
That's the vibe I strive.
And then there was the other blonde one that just moped around the whole time we were there.
Oh yeah. And then the one that told us we couldn't sit at the thing unless we got food. Because the bar was full, I think. Okay. I forget what the vibe was.
I hate that they do that. I kind of understand it, like, you don't want me to sit at your table if I'm only going to order a drink. But to be fair, we're going to spend more money getting drinks. At least we are. Than if we ordered food. And we always tip. So they don't realize. But the last couple times that we've been there and they say, oh, you can't sit at a table unless you're going to order food. Okay, we go to Prince Street Pizza. We get our drinks in, and then we go to Prince Street Pizza. But they ruin the vibe. There's been no one in that restaurant. So you're going to not sit me at your table? You'd rather me walk out because you don't have room for me at the bar than sit me at a table? Unbelievable.
And not to mention, like, we each got a margarita. Mm-hmm. And it was like $46.
Right.
But maybe $50 or whatever the fuck it was. And he treated me like absolute dog shit. I still gave him a $7 or so tip. Like you're gonna... I hate people.
And he was probably still salty about it. But you know what?
But not the good kind. Like, not the Jimmy Buffett kind of salty either.
No. Salt.
You know what I'm saying? She figured it out. She got there.
I got there. Anyway, we should probably tell them what's happening.
Yeah, this here is a podcast that is about movies. I'm going to drag her into a movie theater, or we're going to sit here or at her house, and we're going to sit and watch a movie, and we're going to talk about it. Because you and I, Sam DeClet, Alex Gibbs, we have a lot in common, but we have a lot that we disagree on. I am a dumb person. Don't you know I'm being a little goofy goober, but
goofy goober.
But I love dumb things. I have a smooth brain.
But I also enjoy a good dumb thing.
As do I, but I also enjoy fucked up things. I enjoy... It's very hard for me to not to enjoy it. It has to be blatantly bad or boring or just... There's like a certain like genre of movies I don't go near, and you probably know what I'm talking about. Well, we can get into that a little bit. Like, I'm not a fan of like period pieces. Like, if you're on horses and fucking talking about dragons and medieval times,
I understand. I can't either.
Like the Joaquin Phoenix Napoleon, things like that. It's not typically what's drawing my attention. I want to be entertained. I want to cry. I want to giggle. I want to be sad. I want to watch Nicolas Cage be Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
And so, like, my taste is very eclectic. You love kids' movies.
Yeah.
I was recently at a local DVD store I like a lot, and I was like, yeah, there's a bunch of crazy movies here. And then I'm like, oh, damn, look, all her favorite movies in a thing. And I sent a picture like, oh, look, my section. I'm like, yeah, it's the kids section.
I realized it after I said it. I was like, oh, my God, it's like a me section. And then I realized that it was, in fact, the kids section. But you know what? They have some good movies. Can't even hate.
I love a triumphant good story. I need to stop saying triumphant. I love that word right now. I love
a kid movie. And when we say kid movies, we'll get into it at some point. But I love Trolls. So late to the game. Oh, Lord. So late to the game. But I love Trolls.
I forget whose idea it was to watch it.
I think it was a joint effort because the third one came out. And we were like, oh, we should go see it while it's still in theaters. And then we never made it to the theaters to see it. Because we watched the first one, then we ended up watching the second one, and then we just never got to the theater in time. to see the third one. But I do love Trolls.
Milton's yelling outside the door.
I hear him.
We love him.
But I do love a good kid movie. I also love a good rom-com.
Love them, yeah.
A comedy. But, like, I can get behind, like, a thriller, sci-fi, horror. Like, I'll sit there and watch it, but it's not my preferred movie. Like, when I put on a movie, to be honest, I'm not looking to be spooked. I'm not looking for an adventure. I'm looking to giggle or cry my eyes out. It's typically it. And it's honestly not often that I sit there and put on a movie. See, where we also differ is I'm more of a TV show person, and you're not. You're a movie person. It's hard. My attention span is not very wide. So for me to sit there and watch a movie,
well,
it has to be really good, or like to my level of like entertainment.
For a movie?
Yes, for a movie,
okay.
For me to sit there and enjoy myself the whole time.
But that's how I feel about shows.
Right.
Because someone tells me about a great show, I'm like, oh wow, I might check that out. Oh yeah, there's 17 seasons. I'm like, I don't have that time.
Which I get, but at least what I like about a show...
A movie, you get the story and it's over within 2 hours.
Right. But I think what I like about the shows is that I could just end it whenever I feel like it, and then I can go back to it.
But that's the thing. I can't. I don't have many brain cells left, and I'm not going to disclose why, but you can figure it out. But so like How I Met Your Mother is one thing you can kind of just dip in and out. But if it's a good fucking show and it's like something you need to like follow, and if I do that, if I like put it down for 2 days, I'm gonna forget what happened last time. Yeah. And like it's just never ending like of me restarting it, getting to the point and being like So it's a valid. It's a lot of commitment for me. So like I get it. I grew up watching shows like all like, but like that's early 2000s like Viva La Bam and Fairly Odd Parents, like kid shows into MTV. It was that's kind of how that was kind of the progression of me growing up. It started with Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, turned into Adult Swim, turned into MTV, into HBO, into the movie, like where I could finally understand movies. And like that's another fun thing about movies is rediscovering movies you loved as a kid, or like one you saw as a kid but like forgot about, and you're watching it and you're like, wait, oh shit, I watched this when I was a kid. Oh my god. I don't know.
Same thing with music, like rediscovering it again and getting to hear it for like the first time is exciting. So I get it.
Yes. So yeah, we have very different. That's where we started on that tangent. We have very different tastes, and so like that's where I feel like this will be interesting because we're gonna butt heads a lot on these things. And we're gonna have a reoccurring segment on this pod this whole year in. In the year 2020, I think that's when the obsession started. I got a case of the Cage. Nicolas Cage is... How do I describe this man? He looks longingly into the distance. He is... How else do I say besides he's a national treasure without being cliche? He is a wonderful thing. He's probably one of the most wonderful things that's ever come into my life.
Wow.
You're up there.
Thank you. Wasn't the way my wow was intended, but yeah.
You're great. But this boy. No.
But boy, golly.
But
Nicolas Cage.
But it's not a real obsession. It is, but like it has to do.
He enjoys his art.
Well, there's an ironic love for Nicolas Cage that everyone kind of has, and I understand it. I get the joke. I'm part of the joke. I'm there with you. It's hilarious.
Yes.
But like the way I was introduced to him, it wasn't like the goofy fucking like 90s Nicolas Cage. Well, like we all saw I don't know about you, but I saw National Treasure when I was super fucking young, and like we did the field trip and went there, like as kids.
Yeah.
Like before we went, we watched the movie and we were like, "Yep, he stood here."
Well, that was fun. We didn't get to do that, but I was the safety patrol, so I went to DC.
What a
Lore.
loser. But
Anyway.
anyway, I have I really like H.P. Lovecraft and spooky things, and I heard that he was going to be in this movie called Color Out of Space. We'll get there. I love that movie. Yeah, and I heard it was a H.P. Lovecraft movie with Nicolas Cage in it, with Tommy Chong in it as well. Wow. And I was like, that's something I gotta see. And like this was like about 2.5 or 3 years into going to the movies pretty consistently. So I was like, yeah, shit, let me. And I was enjoying, like, it did something special for me. It was like a great coming of age story. So like I've been trying to capture that again since going to the movies. And like I got like captivated by this movie because it's so weird, and I'm like, the National Treasure guys just doing this weird H.P. Lovecraft movie with Tommy Chong. That's awesome. And I've been hearing about this wonderful, wonderful movie, Mandy. Oh, we ain't gonna get started. But after I saw the H.P. Lovecraft movie, I had to check out Mandy because I heard so much about it, and that shit blew my wig back.
Weak.
I am a man who enjoys his substances, so he took a hefty bowl of cereal to the dome, and he watched this movie, and he was like, "Oh my god, this was the weirdest movie I've ever seen. It has everything I like in it." And this was going into this thing that happened in 2020 that fucked us up for a little bit, shut things down. So we didn't have a lot to do for 2020 until like 2022.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time indoors. And like you run out of movies a lot. Like when you're like, I'm sure everyone went through it, like where you like run out of shit to watch. And I found The Thing. Because I watched Mandy, I'm like, well, I love weird movies. And and then I watched a third movie and it was weird too. I'm like,
Nicholas,
I gotta keep. I went to Walmart. Any movie that had his name on it, I went yoink, 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 yoink. And it started.
Oh boy.
So Nicolas Cage is my favorite movie maker. Currently, he's my favorite actor. So every month on this podcast, we're gonna have a little thing. I think we've deemed the Cage's Corner, and we're gonna watch any given movie however we decide to pick it.
Well, this time he made a master list.
I made a master list of every Nicolas Cage movie, numbered 1 to 110. Last movie being Long Legs. There's some controversy behind it. Some people hate it, some people love it. We'll discuss when we watch that lovely masterpiece.
So we put on the master list, and then we just put all of them into a number generator. This time
we landed on 69.
Yeah.
And Nicolas Cage's 69th film is this little ditty called Rage. And I had a wonderful time watching.
So glad you did.
And about 10 minutes in, I'm like, I've watched this one. Hell yeah. I know what's about to go down.
And he kept asking me, do you know what's going on? Do you know what's going on?
Have you figured it out yet?
And every time, my answer was no. Should I have seen that twist? Maybe.
It was 100% in, like, they let you know straight out the gate.
Maybe I'm just naive.
You could be. You're new to the game.
Yeah.
And I understand you don't exactly want to watch these silly movies, so you're kind of half in, half out on
That's
your
valid.
phone.
No, I was not on my phone
I tried
unless
to
it was
keep
an
you
ad.
fucking Roku
Because this
TV.
Roku TV had a million ads.
And
So I only looked at it for the 2 seconds that there was an ad.
people look at me strange for having so many Blu-rays and DVDs and shit, but that's why.
Yeah.
Nor do I want to pay for all these streaming things that might just eventually delete your favorite movie and you'll never be able to watch it again.
It's true.
So physical, if I love a movie, I'm buying it.
Mm-hmm.
I used to buy every movie that I wanted to watch, but now I don't have the finances. So
Valid.
every Nicolas Cage movie is being bought, no matter what. Well, maybe not Jiu-Jitsu. That shit's pretty bad. I don't even know if it's on DVD, to be honest with you. We'll get there. Oh God, I hope we don't. But
Anyway, let's start out
well,
with your rating. Out of 5. So our scale,
yeah,
we haven't
take it away, please. I've been chatting too much.
Our scale, we're going based off Letterboxd. We've been on our Letterboxd game lately. So I figure we always go straight there, rate our movies. It's probably easiest. They use a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, but also you can use 0.5s. And I appreciate a 0.5. So if you use your math brain, you can equate it from a 1 to a 10, but we're going at a 1 of 5. So, what's your rating?
Is that how you want to do it? You want to rate it off the gate and not discuss it then, right?
I think, and then discuss why you rated it that way.
Okay. Let me think. Revenge is a beautiful thing. I would give this Rage, which I gotta look into the lore of why it's called something different on the poster.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look into that lore, but Rage, it's so weird to give it a rating without like discussing why. But I guess we'll discuss after.
We're gonna get there.
Whatever. My mind's giving 3.
Okay.
It's probably high. That's probably high for you.
No, I was gonna give it a 3.
Did you hate this movie?
I didn't hate it.
Did you dislike this movie?
I wouldn't say I disliked it, but I have no care to ever watch it again.
Well, okay. So let's back up.
Mm-hmm.
Before we actually rate this movie, which I'll probably hold that rating, let's discuss what 1 through 5 means.
Okay.
A 5 out of 5 is I'm running it back. I can't wait to watch this movie again right fucking now.
Mm-hmm.
I love this movie. Oh my God. I just came out the theater. I'm looking up movie times for the next showing. That's a 5 out of 5.
Okay.
A 4 out of 5 is I love that, but I'm going to forget it in 6 months. And then I'm going to watch it again and be like, oh, I love this movie. Oh my God. That's a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
A 3 out of 5? What is that to you?
Decent. Didn't love, didn't hate.
Okay. That's a fair. What is it to?
Did not super enjoy it. Probably won't be watching it again.
They tried.
Yeah, it was okay.
It is what it is.
It was alright, but I don't care to watch it again.
What's a 1?
I don't ever want to look at this movie again. Did not enjoy at all.
What's a 0? You can do zeros.
Zeros?
There's a 0. Like you can.
I guess on Letterboxd you can not mark a star, right?
Yeah, literally you can give it a 0.
Okay, so I guess a 1.
That's like I turned it off.
A 0?
I think.
Yeah.
I turned this movie off.
Yeah, I couldn't continue with it. That's valid. And a 1 is just, I don't really want to watch this again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I could do without ever seeing or hearing of that again.
So I would keep my 3. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
Well, that's...
So would you raise yours? Because you liked it. Even to a 3.5?
Well, I guess I would like have to, but like there's no real rules to this shit. But like I have trouble doing this all the time on Letterboxd because I watch a weird variety of movies and I'm like, then I'll like see them next to each other. I'm like, damn, I rated Longlegs and fucking that the same. That's crazy. Let me readjust here.
Yeah.
But also not, because like that's crazy because you didn't like this movie nearly as much as I do, but we rated it the same. That is a weird phenomenon. And we should, before we do these, we should write down our thing so we don't change it while we're like discussing it, and then we like unfold a piece of paper or something like, that's my rating. And I think we're going to do one tomorrow. This technically will be our second episode, I think, because we're going to put the Cage Corners at the end of the month, because this is where I'm going to thrive, because I'm going to pour my little heart out for him. So yeah, 3 out of 5. What happened in this movie? This beautiful movie Rage. More like Cage. Jesus Christ. Nicolas Cage was horny as fuck in this movie.
Yeah.
And like he also phoned this movie in, so phoned in Nicolas Cage. Because this was during his era of him, he needed to pay some debt back, so he was chain smoking some films in like 2016. I want to say the shit was.
And like I think that's where some of my beef comes from, is that I feel like it was super. Now, okay, on one hand, I can totally see him playing this role. But on the other hand, I feel like it was so placed that, like, he was like, no, this is my role. I'm taking it. And ran with it. And I was just like, does he fit here? Maybe. But sometimes I was like, what's going on?
So, that's... Here he goes off to another Nicolas Cage tangent. At the gates. That's the beautiful thing about him. You can see him do every. I know he's like most of his roles are just him or him amplified, but you can see him like Oscar worthy perform. Like he's won Oscar like from movies he's done that are like impeccable and gorgeous. But then he'll be in like some dog shit, like I laughed out loud. It was not a funny moment. He just we'll get there, but he just fucking violently fucked someone up after his daughter got killed. Spoilers. Nicolas Cage is freaking out. And he empties a clip, and he's just like, ah! And I'm cackling.
Yeah, he screamed for way too long.
He goes so over the top, and it makes me so happy. Because, like, he's just like, I'm fucking going for it, dude. Because he knows how fucking no one cares. It's just it's a shitty version. This is like the second ripoff of Taken he's done.
Right.
So, yeah, Nicolas Cage is one horny bastard in this movie. And so, the overall plot of this is Nicolas Cage plays a retired... He's basically John Wick. He's basically John Wick. I don't think you've seen John Wick.
Yeah, but I get the idea of it.
He's like a retired, like, works for the mob or whatever. And it opens up with the weird opening scene where it's like opens up on the boy's eyes, all zoomed in. His daughter wants his friends to come over. The daughter's very unlikable, horrible actor. She, like the scene in the car, she's like horrific, and I don't. Yeah. It's bad. But basically, she has a night out with her friends, and like the last thing you see is her hanging out with two dudes, and Nicolas Cage is like, "You're a working man. Got respect for you. Later."
Said, you can have my daughter now.
You can have your working man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get you a job. And then, like, as soon as he leaves, it's immediately a cop car coming to find him saying, your daughter's missing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just like, I wonder where she...
Okay, so I missed that. Fully watched it, but missed that. Okay, but you see, my little naive brain, they show you what happens.
Yeah, but that's...
But it was wrong.
But you saw how bad the ski mask people looked. Like how it was clearly it was him recounting the story, and then it cut to him ominously looking down the hallway like.
Yeah, so clearly missed that, and then he kept asking me the whole movie. Do you know what's happening? No, I didn't. I missed it.
This was my second time seeing it, but I didn't realize I saw it till a quarter, 10 minutes in the movie. But it kind of lays it out right there.
Yeah, well, now that you say that, it did, but I missed it, so maybe you would miss it too.
There's another one of his later movies that I want to. I'm not gonna tell you which one it is, but there's a twist at the end. I want to see if you see it at all coming.
You know damn well I probably won't.
It's gonna be great. But yeah, so basically, he leaves the house. He leaves his daughter home alone with these two guys, and then she randomly. There's a break-in that allegedly happens, and he's immediately oh no, they're coming back to get me. The Russians that I killed when I was 17. Oh my God, they killed my daughter.
And to preface, he's how old do you think in this movie? 40s, 50s?
Yeah. He's 60-ish now.
I also have beef with his hair. I just need to let you know.
His hair is incredible.
The way that it is shaped.
It is crazy.
The color of it.
It is crazy.
It just looks like a wig when I know damn well it probably was not a wig.
But it looks different in every other scene. It's crazy.
It's why I have beef with it too.
It's awesome.
You can tell in some of the scenes that it looks like someone sprayed a helmet on his head.
Yeah, they do a lot of work to that thing because he's got a John Cena ball patch back there.
Yeah, and the back it's giving George Washington or something. I don't know. It's just it was tragic.
Especially when he's older, his side profiles look crazy. The way that his hair is shaped.
Sideburn era.
Legend.
He was rocking the sideburns. Well, don't know if he was rocking them, but
big time.
He had them.
They were there.
They were there.
Certainly big time sideburns.
Big time.
So yeah, he has mob connections. His daughter goes missing. He leaves him alone with these two guys. They get beat up. He automatically assumes it's the Russian mob. So he wants to take out vengeance on them and get his revenge. Without asking any questions. He automatically assumes it was them.
And his friends just go along with it. They're like, yeah, man, love you, let's do it.
But that's bro shit. I
get it.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. I'd do anything for my bros. That's Bond.
Seek revenge.
I will seek all the revenge, but maybe I'll ask a couple more questions. Yeah. But I guess they all made it didn't really explain it all that well. I'm sure it did, but there was these flashbacks to where they jumped the car and they were young 17-year-olds. They killed a guy, cut his hand off or something, but then they all swore not to talk about it, and apparently that's what he thinks is going down. He thinks someone talked, and he spends the whole movie just fucking people up. There's a oh god.
The only way to explain it is that he was talking to a doorman that didn't want to let him in. And he was like, here's some money. You're going to let me in? And the guy was like, no. And he said, okay. And he punched him. But when he punched him...
It wasn't Nicolas Cage who punched him. It was his boy Danny. But he punched him so hard... Just a one right jab. It punched the dude so hard that he knocked the hinges off the door that he was standing in front of.
And blew through the door.
Blew through the door, blew through the hinges. Strong hinges.
Cracked the door. Took it all out.
I still am unaware of where this was based, but I'm sure doors in cities got a little bit of heft to them, at least.
Yeah. And they were in some type of warehouse or something, so those for sure have some heavy duty behind them.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yep. Even rewinded it.
Oh yeah,
to see it
I had
twice.
to. I was like, yeah, did you just witness that? Did you witness how ridiculous that is? Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Also his wife, or
Yeah.
the
Stepmother of
I
the
hated
girl,
her.
but yes.
I wish death upon her.
She's one of the only ones that wasn't dead.
Yeah, she figured it out, I guess. Oh, dude, like, so yeah, it's basically Nicolas Cage running around with his friends, like, pissed off that they finally find the daughter. She had a bullet in the head. Which
Finally. Didn't take very long for them to find her.
Did they say where they found her?
They did not.
Because the boys said, spoiler, all the boys said was they dragged her off into the woods right next to the house, and there was a big search party, and they didn't find her for a couple days. Like,
yeah, he was like, we found her, and then it just like pans to him looking at her dead body in like the morgue.
Yeah.
And he kissed her on the forehead.
Yeah, would you kiss like your dead homie or daughter or?
I mean, it's kind of icky. She has been dead.
Didn't specify how long she was gone.
It had to be at least a day or two, if not longer.
No animals got to her out there in whatever fucking state they're in.
I don't know. She was definitely discolored.
She didn't look great.
They shot her in the head.
By accident. Spoilers.
Oh my god.
So yeah, basically, he's running around like trying to seek revenge and very terribly because all his friends are buffoons and like are shooting the witnesses before he can question them and chasing them up to roofs, and then he's like slowly dying, and then Nicolas Cage screams, "Don't fucking die!" and then just continues
bashed
to bash his head in, then emptied a fucking clip into him, and then the magical screaming moment I was talking about where I cackled. But also, like, pausing, that at least we can agree, like, we're in somewhat agree, because we rated it exactly the same. I don't know if it's biased from what because I rated it first, but whatever. But at least we appreciate that it's we're on to something. We can agree. But anyway, we understand how ridiculous these, like, we can see how ridiculous
it was ridiculous, yeah.
But I love that. I farted.
Oh. I think unfazed at this point. I think that adds like not purposeful comic relief to me. Like, it's not supposed to be funny, but it's like, pff, that just happened. So like, it makes me giggle. So, you know, you got to keep it the rating. Can't hate on him for making me have a giggle.
Like, just because I love Nicolas Cage doesn't mean I'm going to give it a 5. It will give me bias. But I know, but I've seen actual 5 out of 5 movies he's done, so I can respect this being a 3. The princess necklace was a glorious scene. You remember that?
With
the junkie girl?
The what?
The junkie girl in the squat house where he's interrogating.
Yeah.
And he ties a rope around the which, like, it's kind of like
it was just like an unnecessary random scene.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Well, they're trying
that was like the first person that they questioned without also questioning.
Yo, random junkie. Well, I guess he had some connection somewhere because he knew who Ronnie?
I don't know, whoever the bad guy that they thought, Cage. The one they were searching for.
Yeah. And he just, like, ties a rope around this poor girl's neck and, like, ties it to a cinder block, then throws it out the window, which is gnarly as hell.
But she lived, don't worry.
Yeah, but then, like, right after, he's like, I can't believe I shot that rope and freed her. I thought she was going to fucking take a dive.
Yeah.
Tough subject.
Don't get me started.
She likes One Direction. Another ridiculous thing. I don't know if it was meant to be funny. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Oh, the line.
Dude, I don't know if I don't know if we're talking about the same line. But there is a gorgeous line that Nick said.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm talking about.
We'll get there.
That's a glorious one. But I don't know if it was meant to be funny, but I forget the actor's name, but he's in a lot of good shit. But he's in a wheelchair, and he's like, "Hey, let's take a walk." The guy in the wheelchair says, "Let's take a walk."
Yeah.
Was that meant to be? Was that? I don't know.
Yeah. Whoops. Oh no. Oh, we're good.
Oh, good
Thought
lord.
I disconnected right there.
We're new to this.
We're holding these microphones in our hands.
On my bed, staring at each other
Yep.
longingly, talking about Nicolas Cage.
Yes. But yeah, I feel like maybe comic relief because they were at a funeral.
It was a
for
funeral.
the daughter. But I think he also meant business, so I don't know that it was meant to be funny.
But well, I guess it is a walk because he's pushing him. So I'm sure that's what he meant.
Right.
But to me, it's the guy in the wheelchair saying, "Let's take a walk."
Yeah.
That is funny. That is funny to me. Boy, howdy, does he like knives.
Oh my god. He was good with them though.
He used them knives, dude. He had a special fancy knife that he like stuck in the dude's hand. The combat in this movie is kind of sick. Nicky boy kind of rocked some shit.
Mm-hmm.
He emptied a clip into a full. He had some sweet knife combat, and then in the end, he got his comeuppance. Well,
now you gotta give him the line.
I'm gonna give him the line. Before things like really hit the fan, he's like he has his two dudes, Danny and the bartender. I'm forgetting the bartender's name. It doesn't really matter.
No.
Mid-tier character. I've seen him in other movies, but he's talking to his boys like, guys, shit's about to get radical. But like
he said it so serious.
Dude, shit's about to get radical.
Yeah. We both giggled.
There's them. That's the quote of the movie for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that should be a thing that we should pick a quote from the movie, and that should be the quote of the day.
Definitely that one.
100% be shit's about to get radical. One Punch Man's legendary. 3 out of 5. Which we actually got to rate this. We haven't got to our letterbox yet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we should pick our next Nicolas Cage movie live?
Would be fun. Let them know what's coming.
Did you bring the master list up here? We do have the master list. Mm-hmm. Oh, dear Lord.
You gotta get
Did you enjoy yourself watching this movie? Give me your experience while I pull this up.
I can't lie and say that I loved it, because I definitely did not. Did I enjoy myself?
Did you enjoy yourself better watching Scary Godmother?
Yes.
I love that movie. Mm-hmm. Or it's not even like an hour long, honestly.
It's not. It's very fast.
Interesting.
Also an interesting movie.
Is there any movies you're really like to go see?
That are coming or that are currently out?
That are coming and that are currently. Well, we're about to tomorrow. Our next. Well, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I'd like to release this one second, but it doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna go see We Live in Time tomorrow, an A24 movie with Andrew Garfield, and I don't know who the girl is.
Florence, I think you say Pugh? Florence Pugh.
Oh, she's in Midsummer.
Yes, which I didn't...
Very fun.
I had to keep looking at it, because I was like, at first I was like, oh, that's her. And then I was like, that's not her. No, yeah, that's her.
She's I kept like going back and forth.
I kept going back and forth, and I was like, is that her or is it not? But then they said her name, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's her.
Interesting.
So, yeah, we'll be seeing that. But...
Paddington 3, pardon me, is coming out in January.
And I am very excited. We are big Paddington fans.
Paddington 2 made me want to be a better person. Honora looks very cool. I'm excited to see that next week.
That's the one with the stripper girl?
Yeah, the Russian thing.
Yeah.
Looks very fun. Alright. Got the number generator ready. So now I'm gonna get the master list ready with every Nicolas Cage movie that he's ever been involved with on it. Would you like to do the honors of hitting
Yes.
the thing while I look for the number 34? It's kind of early.
What's it gonna be?
Oh, it's a good one.
What is it?
Fucking right. Our next Cage's Corner will be Gone in 60 Seconds. Are you familiar with this film?
I have not seen it.
I love this film. What?
Something was just crackling.
Oh, good heavens.
But it wasn't us. It was like in the room. God, there's ghosts. Anyway, I have not seen that.
Gone in 60 Seconds is a heist movie about Nicolas Cage's younger brother gets in some trouble with some gangsters, car thieves. And once again, Nicolas Cage is a out of the game criminal. So
am I going to hate it?
I don't know. I love this movie a lot. This is actually more popular than the one we just watched, for sure. I'm sure because it's a remake of a popular 60s movie.
Okay.
And Nicolas Cage goes around stealing a bunch of cars, and with Angelina Jolie as the love interest. So our next Cage's Corner will be Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh boy.
That's exciting for me. And yeah, anything else you would like to talk about? It is 1:38 in the morning because this was a late one. You got here around like 8.
For about an hour.
Oh yeah, we're close. We are at 150. Oh, no, sorry, we're at 56.
Yeah, so we're close to an hour.
Yeah. Any closing statements?
I don't have much to say. I'm ready to go to sleep.
Did we cover everything we wanted to cover?
I think so.
Exciting. We would be, well, I don't know if you'll see this first, but we're gonna go see We Live in Time. We will enjoy that.
I think I'm gonna cry my eyes out.
We'll see. A24 movies are weird, so I'm interested to see how this goes.
I unfortunately, probably because we were talking about it, I did get an ad for it, and the girls were sobbing in the ad. So, could it just be that they were sobbing for the ad? Maybe, but I am known to cry, so...
Oh, we cried at a children's movie the other day.
The Wild Robot, we cried probably about 3/4 of the movie.
Yeah, your boy saw Terrifier 3 before that, and then saw Wild Robot. So, your boy has feelings, but will also watch a child get butchered.
We did rate The Wild Robot pretty high.
4.5 out of 5.
It was good. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it.
Hondo P.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ended on a high note.
Toodaloo.
Toodles!